Welcome to Random Reviews, where I just give it to you raw. Today we're going to be talking about the ASICS Metaracer and the Skechers GOrun Speed Elite Hyper. That's right, that's the full name. Skechers GOrun Speed Elite Hyper. So the Metaracer comes in at 6.6 ounces, and the GOrun Speed Elite Hyper comes in at 5.7 ounces. The Metaracer has a 9mm drop from heel to toe, and the GOrun Speed Elite Hyper has a 4mm drop from heel to toe. So I'm going to talk about the Speed Elite, oh sorry, I got it wrong, the GOrun Speed Elite Hyper. There's got to be a better way. Is it the GOrun? Is it the Speed Elite? Is it just the Hyper? I think I'm just going to go with the Hyper. So we're going to talk about the Hyper first. So when I first took this out of the box, the first thing I thought was, is this a Walmart shoe? Where did I get this shoe from? It just feels so light, has so much foam, and this upper is just so thin. You can already see my finger coming through. I'm gonna give it a little light and show you how thin that upper really is. So look at it right there. It's just so thin, and that's a good thing. It makes it lighter. It makes it more breathable, and up in the front too. It's just such a light and breathable shoe. Those are two huge pluses for me. One of the the main reason that I was even interested in it, because I was gonna buy another pair of shoes. I was like, should I buy the ASICS again, the Metaracer, or go in a different direction? And mainly because the Hyper came in 5.7 ounces, almost 9 ounces, or however they, I don't know. Came in a lot lighter, so that's why I went for it. So just a general overview of the shoe. It's nice. The fabric feels good. It doesn't feel cheap after you get used to it, touch it a little bit, put it on your foot. You can see a little stitching here. It's not really reinforced all that well. I don't know if that's just a piece of tape that's glued down. It feels like maybe a little rubbery. In the heel, when I first put it on, I definitely did not feel very secure. It looks like it would be secure, but I just didn't feel it. And it's just one of my pet peeves with the shoe is if my heel does not feel secure, it's hard to run in. Look at that in the back there. You can even see my finger coming through. So it didn't feel secure, and I just felt like I had to tighten down that shoe. And it kind of caused a little pain. I had to stop a couple times and loosen it up just to get that tightness to relieve the pressure. However, once I started running, that insecure feeling wasn't there anymore. The inside, there's just a lot of material that they removed to make this shoe as light as it is. For the bottom, there's just 2 patches of rubber, and the rest of all the white is foam. I don't know, I forget what their foam is called. It's more stiff than the Metaracer. The foam is harder than the Metaracer's flight foam. How long is this going to last with this just being foam and just these small pieces of rubber? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, before I forget, this shoe $179 on online. I'm sure you can find it. About $195 after taxes and shipping. Next, we're going to go into the Metaracer. So the upper is made of a mesh. It's breathable. If I held this up to the light, now you can see my finger there coming through. It's really thin. It feels good. The heel, I feel tight. I feel secure in the back. Don't feel like I have to crank down the shoelaces to get secure. And that's what I've come to expect using mostly running on ASICS shoes. It just felt good right out of the box. Felt like it fit. They're both size 10. The Skechers, the Metaracer is a little bit, gives my toe a little bit more room. The Skechers comes in a little bit smaller. So you can see this has a lot of foam here. It's nice and soft. And then the bottom has a lot of rubber. No traction on either of these shoes really. Mainly for street or sidewalk running. I did take the Metaracer on a 2-mile sprint and didn't really have any problems. It was a rocky road, a lot of dirt, and it felt fine, but I wouldn't do that for a long distance. So one thing you're going to notice right away with the Metaracer is this curve. And you can even see the shoe curving up at the top. And I'm going to show a little comparison. Maybe better if I put it on the table. So just look at that curve. And it makes a huge difference. Especially with that 9mm drop. The shoe just wants to go. It feels so light and effortless to run in. The carbon fiber plate in the Metaracer is just, it's not as stiff. It's not as stiff as the Skechers. This one, if I want to bend that toe, I got to apply a lot of pressure. And just those things combined, that 9mm drop, that huge curve in the toe, and the not so stiff carbon fiber plate just make this shoe feel good. It feels fast. It feels like it wants me to go faster than I even want to go at times. And so when I was contemplating buying a second pair of shoe, and I went with the Skechers just to try it out. But if I had to do it again, I would definitely buy the Metaracer. Just feels so much better to run in. And so the price of the Metaracer is $199 online. I think I covered everything. I hope I gave you all information that you were looking for. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and I'll try to answer the question. But that concludes this video.